Good day everyone. In this video, I will be discussing my assignment on FA for naive Bayes model. Okay, the assignment is all about creating model that classify spam or non-spam emails using naive Bayes model. For the code, I use the code provided in the Blackboard. Okay, to begin with, um, I load the naive base class. Inside the naive base class, okay, there are functions like training functions, predict functions, okay, and the function for posterior probability calculation. Okay, it also contains um, different parameters. Okay, and also it also contains the function for accuracy calculation. Okay, let's load our data. To build our spam classifier, we're using the spam based dataset. Okay. This contains various statistical features extracted from emails. Okay. So you can see we have 4,601 rows and 58 columns. Okay. The first 57 columns are various frequency metrics, things like word frequencies, character percentage, and capital letter run lengths. Okay. The last column, this one, okay, column 57 is our binary label, 1 for spam and 0 for not spam. Next, now I'm checking for missing values. This code does two things. First, it tells us if there are any missing values at all, and second, it counts the or how many missing entries we have across the data set. Okay, as you can see, the spam based data set is clean with 0 missing values. Since we identified missing values, I need to handle them. This code will replace all non-values with the median of their respective columns, preserving our dataset shape. Okay. The next is, as I prepare the data, okay, I need to separate features from labels. Okay. Renaming column 57 with or to target explicitly defines our prediction goal and sets up clean XY splits later. Okay. Now I'm separating our data set into features. X with capital X and labels small y. This is a fundamental step. Okay. The X contains all our predictor variables, the 57 email statistics, while Y, okay, contains only our target variable indicating spam or not. Okay. And len X tells the number of rows in our feature metrics, which should match the original dataset count. Okay. Then len Y, okay, the length of our target vector y. Okay. Before training any model, okay, we must examine our class distribution. Okay. Imbalanced datasets can lead to misleading accuracy metrics and bias models. Let me visualize and quantify the spam versus non-spam distribution. For non-spam, there are 2,788 For spam, there are 1,813. For the next part, I'm applying standard scaler to transform all features to have zero mean and unit variance. We need to scale them. Standard scaler ensures no single feature dominates simply because it has larger numerical values. Okay. Next is I'm splitting our dataset into training and testing sets. Okay. Reserving 20% for testing and 80% for training. This stratify parameter ensures both sets maintain the same 60-40 class distribution we saw earlier. Okay. Now I train our model. I'm using a Gaussian naive Bayes, which assumes our scaled features follow normal a distribution. This is a probabilistic classifier that calculates like the likelihood of an email being spam given its features. And now for the evaluation phase, I'll use the trained naive Bayes model to make predictions on the unseen test data. This will show us how well the model generalized beyond the emails it was trained on. Okay. For this, okay, I'm implementing the accuracy function from the code provided to demonstrate the calculation. This helps us understand exactly what accuracy measures, okay? Particularly the proportion of correct predictions. Okay. Accuracy tells us how many we got right, but not where we went wrong. Okay, I'm implementing the confusion matrix or a confusion matrix to break down our predictions into four categories, which is the true positives, true negatives, false positives, and false negatives. This reveals our model's specific strength and weaknesses. Visualizing the confusion matrix helps us understand the distribution of correct and incorrect predictions. The diagonal top left to bottom right shows correct predictions, while excuse me, off diagonal cells show errors. This one. Here is the performance summary of our spam classifier. The confusion matrix components give us both the overall accuracy and a detailed breakdown of where the model succeeds and fails. Okay. Accuracy is 83.4%, meaning 83 out of 100 emails are correctly classified. Okay. The model correctly identified 348 spam emails and 420 non-spam emails. Okay. However, it made 138 mistakes by marking good emails as spam and missed 15 spam emails. So while most emails are handled correctly, about 1 in 6 legitimate emails get incorrectly filtered to spam. Okay. While accuracy gives us an overall score, okay, precision and recall tell us specifically about our spam detection capability. Precision measures how accurate our spam flags are, while recall measures how much spam we actually catch. Okay. Then F1 score balances both. To calculate the precision recall and F1 score, we start with the confusion matrix results. Okay, from the model, we have 348 true positives or the correctly identified spam. Okay, then 138 false positive legitimate emails marked as spam, and 15 false negatives spam emails missed. Precision tells us How accurate our spam predictions are? We calculate it by dividing true positives by all predicted spam emails, which give us 348 divided by 348 plus 138. Okay, the result is 0.716. Okay, this means when the model says an email is spam, it is correct about 71.6% of the time. Okay, and also recall measures how much actual spam we catch. We calculate it by dividing true positives by actual spam emails, which is true 48 divided by true for 348 plus 15. Okay, the result is 0.959. This shows the model catches 95.9% of all spam emails. Lastly, the F1 score balances these two metrics. We calculate it using the formula 2 multiplied by precision times recall divided by precision plus recall, which give us 2 times the product of 0.716 and 0.959 divided by the sum of 0.716 plus 0.959, which is equal to 0.820. The single number of 0.820 represents the overall performance balance between precision and recall. Okay. This ends my discussion on the FA4 NAIB based assignment.